Greetings and welcome to the Cell Guru Show. We've got a great show. We've got great color on the show. I mean, I'm already going to show it to you. We've got a green, we've got, I should just say, a 1+ color, and we've got the Mystic Bronze, and we've got a very interesting matte gray. So lots of color on the show and lots of products on the show. We'll start off with this, the Redmi Prime 9 or 9 Prime, whatever you want to call it, 9999. That's the price, and now this is the king at this price point. We'll move on then to this, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Of course, we're going to review it in detail, but what else are we going to do? I promised it to you last time. We're going to do a drop test. Now, look, I don't know what's going to happen, but because this is the world's first Corning Gorilla Glass Victus phone, like I said, drop to banta hai. Then we'll move on to this one. This is the Infinix Smart 4, a very interesting phone, nice looking. Some people love this color, some people do not. I quite like it. I think it's very well done. And again, a very aggressive price point and some fantastic features with a very, very big screen. Then we'll end it all with this. I think these are the TWS earbuds everybody's been waiting for, the ones from OnePlus. Fantastic colors. This, of course, is the big deal, the color on this one. The first time somebody's actually gone into an interesting color, because why should your ears look boring, right? And before we get started with all that color and all that amazing product line that we have for you on the show, let's take a look at all the news coming in from the world of mobiles.
Guess what? BlackBerry is coming back again. 2020 is full of surprises, and here's one more. BlackBerry is making a comeback once again. US-based Onward Mobility is partnering with BlackBerry and Foxconn to release a brand new phone that will have the BlackBerry keyboard that everyone loves. The phone will run on Android, support 5G, and have a focus on communications, privacy, and data protection. The phone is expected to be released in 2021. Oppo teases a sleek new phone. If sleek phones are what you like, Oppo has you covered. The company is getting ready to launch one of the slimmest new phones around. In a teaser image, the company showed off that the upcoming Oppo F17 Pro will measure just 7.48mm and weigh a mere 164 grams, which should make it one of the lightest phones around as well. The Oppo F17 Pro launches in India early in September, and we should know more about the specifications and price closer to the launch. Apple is now the richest company in the world. Apple is now a $2 trillion company. Yes, you heard that right. Just 2 years after reaching a $1 trillion market cap, Apple has now doubled that figure and is now the most valuable company in the world. The company reported record sales for the iPhone and iPad earlier in the year, which doubled the company's share price. However, Apple's growing shift towards services like the App Store and Apple Music has played a big role in reaching this number. Its nearest competitors include Amazon and Microsoft that have a market cap under $1.7 trillion. Fun fact, with the $2 trillion valuation, Apple has surpassed the GDP of countries like Australia, Italy, and South Korea.
And we kick things off with our top story, the Redmi 9 Prime. Now, this is a phone many people have been awaiting. Of course, that whole old problem, will there be enough supply? Will you be able to buy it? All those problems do remain. But do remember, this phone comes with a lot of extras. First of all, a brand new MIUI. The second thing, very nice looking phone from the back, a good camera array, nice flash. Overall, the phone is very nice. You see one single drop notch camera thing in the front, good screen, and like I said, price point 9999. Now, this is the king. Let's take a look at what the king has.
Xiaomi has long delivered excellent value at affordable price points, and now the company has yet another phone that promises to change the smartphone landscape under 10,000 rupees. We review the all-new Redmi 9 Prime that continues Xiaomi's focus on bringing a premium design to affordable price points, and believe us, this is a good-looking phone, especially for the price. At the front is a large 6.53-inch Full HD display with Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on top. The display looks very good and videos, games shine on it. What really stood out for us, however, was the overall brightness. Even in bright sunlight, you will be able to view the Redmi 9 Prime perfectly. On the right side, the volume and power buttons are easy to reach, and the phone includes 2 nano SIM slots as well as micro SD card slot for expanding storage. The phone charges over USB-C and includes a headphone jack so you can plug in your favorite pair of earphones. Over at the back, the focus on design really shines. The textured plastic back feels good to touch and helps prevent the phone from slipping from your hands. The central camera area is a bit glossy but adds to the visual appeal. There's a fingerprint scanner that is placed below the camera vertical and it takes some getting used to, though it works fast. There is face unlock on board too. Talking about cameras, the phone has 4 of them at the back. These include a 13-megapixel primary camera, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, 5-megapixel macro and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. The primary camera takes good-looking images with plenty detail and bright, vibrant colors as long as the lighting is good. Unfortunately, the noisy, dull, low-light images did not impress. The 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera does a good job at capturing landscapes and large groups of people. We found focusing with the 5-megapixel macro camera a bit hard, but images came out looking decent considering the price of the phone. The phone also does a good job at portrait mode thanks to the dedicated depth sensor. Selfies look good with bright, detailed shots. But what about performance? The Redmi 9 Prime is powered by a MediaTek Helio G80 chipset of 4GB of RAM that gives it plenty of power for day-to-day use. Heavy games run fine on the phone, though you might want to look elsewhere if you want to bump up the graphics settings. MIUI 11 on Redmi 9 Prime is based on Android 10 and unfortunately it includes a lot of preloaded applications. The overall user experience is good with lots of customization features, but it has the potential to be much better if Xiaomi reduced the amount of included bloatware on the phone. The Redmi 9 Prime delivers excellent battery life for all-day connectivity. The 5020 mAh battery allows you to comfortably use the phone for a full day and more. On lighter use, the phone might even last 2 whole days on one charge. The phone supports 18 watts charging but only includes a 10 watts charger in the box. The Cell Guru verdict. Overall, the Redmi 9 Prime is one of the best smartphone options under 10,000 rupees. The excellent build quality, fast performance and decent cameras make it an excellent option for anyone who doesn't want to spend too much money but wants a phone that will keep going all day long and then some.
We did the first impression, now let's move on to the detailed review because this is now going to be the benchmark phone that every single phone will now be compared against for the rest of the year. This is the Note 20 Ultra from Samsung. This is a beautiful phone, absolutely fantastic optics, brilliant screen, absolutely incredible performance, and of course the S Pen is a complete magic wand. Now I'll do the review, but when we come back we're going to do the drop test.
Meet the phone that is Ultra in every way, the Samsung Note 20 Ultra 5G. Like last year, Samsung has once again released 2 variants of the Note this year, and as you'd expect, the Ultra is the most premium phone from the company to date. The Note 20 Ultra packs in all the tech possible in one phone and of course carries on the legacy attached to the Note series. There is no doubt that the Note 20 Ultra is an expensive phone, but in the review we find out if Samsung has done enough to justify the Ultra moniker and a price tag that shoots over ₹1 lakh. So let's begin. There are no two ways about it, the Note 20 Ultra is big. That would be everyone's first reaction and we can vouch for it. The minute we held the device, it was obvious that this is not a one-handed game, but we love the premium feel of it. The high-end construction and aluminium build make the phone feel luxurious. We got the Mystic Bronze color for review and we like that it is subtle yet stunning. This color looks better in real life than on the camera. There is a large camera bump at the back which houses the triple rear camera setup, and it takes away a little from the whole luxury vibe that's going on with the phone. The Ultra sports the strongest Corning glass to date. Following the review, we will do a drop test to see how well Gorilla Glass Victus holds up on the Note 20 Ultra. The front of the Note 20 Ultra is all about the massive 6.9-inch Quad HD Plus display with a 120Hz refresh rate. The end-to-end display is gorgeous with bright and vivid colors. It's one of the best things about the phone and it makes taking notes and viewing media a pleasurable experience. The X factor of the Note series is the presence and support for the S Pen, a powerful tool which always left us impressed. This time though, the S Pen has found itself in a new position. It is housed on the bottom left versus the bottom right as we've seen on the previous models, and this might bother long-time Galaxy Note users. The S Pen now has a latency of 26 milliseconds, which makes the writing experience even more lifelike. Integration with Microsoft services means that the phone can help you continue work even when on the go. The S Pen works brilliantly well. It is smooth, and the reduced latency was noticeable when we drew and wrote with it. We use the S Pen and the Notes app all day and love the experience. The phone is blazing fast with the Exynos 990. We could easily switch between apps all day long, watch content and play games without any lags as you'd want from a high-end phone. In the camera department, the Note 20 Ultra features a triple rear camera setup with a 108MP primary sensor and support for 50x zoom. The shots come out well in daylight. The photographs are nicely detailed with vibrant colors. The low-light photos came out well too. The other two sensors include a 12MP ultra-wide shooter and a 12MP telephoto camera with 5x optical zoom. The phone is capable of recording video in 8K. There is a 10MP front camera which clicks good selfies, but the software does end up softening them. The Note 20 Ultra has a 4500 mAh battery and supports 25-watt fast charging as well as wireless charging. In fact, the phone can even reverse wireless charge your earphones. We had no issues with battery life and the phone easily lasted a full day of regular use. This phone is water and dust resistant. The verdict? The Note 20 Ultra is the best phone Samsung has in its portfolio. It can even be called the king of Android phones, at least for the moment. The huge size matches up to the huge feature set and we loved our experience with the phone. And even though it is priced at 1,04,999 rupees in India, it is the one phone, the only flagship phone you can buy if you want the stylus support. So if that is a criteria for you, you know the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is the one for you.
And now for that test that I told you, a drop test. This is the world's first Corning Gorilla Glass Victus phone. So like I said, test to absolutely and totally banta hai. But do remember, normally when we drop phones, we drop it from table height or holding height, which is around this much, right? Which would be somewhere here. I'm going to drop it from here. Okay, now that sounded really, really bad. And the phone is absolutely fine. 6000 mAh battery, an absolutely huge screen, good camera at the back, good camera in the front, small drop notch, and a price point of 7,999. Now, those are all the great features, but I'll tell you another feature that is really, really good in this, the MediaTek A25 processor, because this is the processor with all the AI and all the features built in that can give you some serious battery life and control a lot more, including the camera. Let's take a look at our review.
Budget devices are the hottest smartphone category in India, and Infinix has a new option for you. The Infinix Smart 4 Plus combines good-looking design with a powerful chipset at a great price to take on the competition. Let's find out in our review if this is the phone to get if your budget is under 10,000 rupees. Infinix has paid a lot of attention to the design of the Smart 4 Plus and it shows. The diamond cut texture and gradient design will turn heads and the fingerprint scanner is comfortably placed. On the front is a large 6.82-inch display. Yes, you heard that right. If you like watching movies or spending hours browsing the internet, you will like the large display here. We found it to be bright enough to view outdoors and the display makes colors pop, making for an enjoyable user experience. The phone even has a water drop notch that hides an 8-megapixel selfie camera with an LED flash. Talking about the cameras, the phone has two of them at the back. The 13-megapixel primary camera captures nicely detailed shots with a good amount of detail and nicely saturated colors. There's a depth sensor too for better portrait mode shots. Powering the Infinix Smart 4 Plus is a MediaTek Helio A25 chipset. This octa-core chipset is clocked at 1.8 GHz, which makes it more than enough for day-to-day use. The Android 10 based user experience here is nice and smooth. The 3 GB of RAM again helps with multitasking. We found the 32 GB of storage a bit less, but it's easy enough to add the extra storage using a micro SD card in the dedicated slot. It also supports dual VO LTE and VO Wi-Fi calling thanks to the MediaTek chipset. The standout feature of the Infinix Smart 4 Plus is its 6000 mAh battery. When combined with the efficient MediaTek A25 chipset, we found it more than enough for 2 days of use. Lighter use can keep the phone going even longer. Charging the phone, however, takes a long time. The Infinix Smart 4 Plus is priced at 7,999 rupees, and the good-looking design, powerful MediaTek Helio A25 chipset helps the phone stand out against the competition, making it a good buy.
Let's take a quick break right now on the Cell Guru Show. When we come back, so much more color on the show. I told you we have a lot of color on the show, and this one brings in the most unusual color of them all. These are the OnePlus Buds, 4,999 rupees. And remember, it's from OnePlus, so you can expect a whole different level in terms of audio, features, battery life, and everything else. Let's take a look at our review.
Like most other smartphone manufacturers, OnePlus 2 has now entered the true wireless earphone market. The OnePlus Buds might bear resemblance to the popular Apple AirPods, but the company has added a playful spin to the earphones by adding a range of gestures and playful colors. We review the OnePlus Buds to see if these are the true wireless earphones to get under 5,000 rupees. The OnePlus Buds have a half-open ear design that fits really well in the ear. The light 4.7 grams weight goes a long way in ensuring that they remain comfortable to wear for hours on end. The earphone design includes gestures that let you easily tap and control all playback controls. What is very different, however, is the case and color choices. We really like the Nord blue color here that helps the OnePlus Buds stand out and will pair well with the OnePlus Nord as well. When it comes to sound quality, the OnePlus Buds have large 13.4mm drivers that create rich, clear sound and ample bass. Unfortunately, because of the open ear design, they don't do a very good job of cutting out ambient noise, and you will still be able to hear everything around you. The long stalks on the OnePlus Buds house the microphones that make sure that audio is clear if you make a lot of phone calls. And if you like going out for a run with music, the IPX4 rating should definitely help protect the earphones from splashes and sweat. Bluetooth connectivity on the OnePlus Buds is fantastic, and you can easily walk around your home or office without having to worry about a dropped connection. OnePlus has done an excellent job with the battery life as well on the Buds. The true wireless earphones can easily last 7 hours on a single charge, and with the case you can get 30 hours of total usage. OnePlus has even included a fast charging support which gives you 10 hours of use on a 10-minute charge. The OnePlus Buds are priced at 4,990 rupees, which makes them a very good buy if you are looking for a reliable pair of earphones with good sound quality and fast charging. However, if you want to cut out the noise around you and immerse yourself in music, you might want to look at other in-ear options.
That then was the show for this week. This was Cell Guru, but lots of great stuff coming up next week, including a brand new Samsung phone. Wait for it.